Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We are the Wise Guys. My name is JonJonTheWise. You guys are joining us for some downtime. We are going in between campaigns. We have just finished our campaign in Austin, Texas, and it's a very exciting time as we are now using a new tabletop, Foundry Virtual Tabletop. There's a lot going on, growing pains. We're trying to figure it out. Stuff is missing, but we're going to get through it. And it's going to look good. But before we get into that, make sure you guys join the Discord community. The link will be in the description below. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, JonJonTheWise. And I'm on all social media at JonJonTheWise. Make sure you're following our players. What the Fool up top above me. He has an awesome Twitch channel. Make sure you're doing that. Joe is a nice guy. Pray for him. Think about him. Jimmy is also doing things. I'm sure he's going to be playing Cyberpunk on stream.
100% like everybody else.
And DG Rage Riot doing good all over the place. Make sure you guys follow him on Twitch and all that fun stuff. He's also on YouTube. Both guys are on YouTube, What the Fool and DG Rage Riot. All right? Now, I wanted to bring your attention to some kind of broadcast I got recently, so why don't you guys just have a listen to this real quick.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Is this thing on? This is Foxboy entering your brainwaves, Chumbas. Ooh-wee, do we have a story for you? Just got word from everybody's favorite mouthpiece, Sam Ectoplasm. Him and his boys, redacted, uncovered something really freaky in Austin, Texas. A real out-of-body experience.
What the fuck?
Now, let's take a guess who's going around soul-killing the citizens of Austonia. What is Arasaka? That's right, my confused citizens. Looks like there's another corporation making brain drain a part of their business.
Oh, come on, man.
And their name rhymes with Liotechnica. It's Biotechnica. Yes!
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
And we have the tapes, honey. Let's spill the tea on Biotechnica. Come on, Night City. Sign into the CityNet and visit our garden page. We have all the receipts. Biotechnica, you scumbags. You'll never get anything past the human revolution. Okay, time's up. They're knocking on my door. Laughing emoji. Here's the latest from Sam Ectoplasm. Fuck Archon. Who's Archon? Anyway. Okay, Foxboy loves you. Signing out.
Well, there we go. That is the latest broadcast from Foxboy in Night City. And looks like your word reached the West Coast, Sam Ectoplasm. How do you feel about that?
I'm pretty stoked about it. I'm trying to stay composed because I was doing pretty well. I almost lost when I heard the and then when it was the oh fuck, I can't believe you've done this. That's when you saw me just get up and I just ran away.
Oh man,
the best part was his newest single, Fuck Archon. Who's Archon?
So confused.
Well, that's the song. Fuck Archon, parentheses, who's Archon, question mark.
Yeah, exactly. So I remember throughout the campaign you were telling me like, hey, I'm sending messages to my buddy about everything that's going on. And your buddy is none other than Foxboy, a pirate broadcaster in Night City. And your word has reached them. So people in Night City know who you are, Sam Ectoplasm. They know your music. But the good thing is you sent in a nice little edit to Foxboy and let him know, hey, can you redact my friends' names? And then there was a part where he was like, with redacted, because you realize it was probably not a good idea to put your buddies on blast.
I would have been so mad if he had just blasted his name on the radio.
Let's be honest here. Sam wouldn't have put their names in the message in the first place. Because it's about him.
Yep.
His message.
True.
This is true. And just to let you guys know that are listening and watching, this was supposed to be just a one-shot adventure. These guys were going to make these characters for a one-shot adventure for RKO Gaming Con. And when we finished our adventure, we realized, hey, we like these characters. They're fun. Why not just keep it going with whatever this is? So I kept the story going. I prolonged it, probably a little too long. And then now we have reached the point where I'm actually doing a full-blown campaign with backstory, and these are no longer one-shot characters. So I hope you guys are buckled up and ready for some deep character development as we go into the Wise Guys Season 3? Yeah, I guess the other one would be Season 1, right?
Yeah.
We're going deep, baby.
Oh, so deep. Yeah, there's going to be stuff like that, so I hope you're ready, boys and girls. So, before we move on, the Cyberpunk Red has this beautiful not new, but I guess more fleshed out mechanic now. And it has everything to do with downtime. So I thought it would be a perfect time to get together with the Wise Guys, reflect on the campaign, talk about what's going on with their characters, and kind of put a bow on everything that happened within the story, as well as pay some rent. Right? So, the first thing I need to ask you guys is, what the hell did you do with Dr. Helix? So, after the Driscoll Hotel, you guys jumped out of a window, the Driscoll Hotel blew up, trauma team jumped in, they picked up the exec that broke the trauma team coin, and you guys made away with Dr. Helix doing what?
I mean,
we were contracted to bring him to Hub's contact, whatever the other doctor's name is. I can't remember.
Dr. Creel?
Yeah.
Were we contracted to bring this dude to him, or just to like try and find out what happened to his people?
So
either way, we'll bring this guy to him.
I mean, he's going to that guy. That's what we're doing with him.
Okay, so the original job was you guys were just supposed to stop Biotechnica from kidnapping and killing people from the Central Texas Preservation Society. But then as you guys unraveled the twine, you realized like they're not just kidnapping and killing them, they're turning them into AI and have this like totally other thing that they're trying to do. And that's when you guys realized you needed to shift focus and cut the Hydra at its biggest head, which is Dr. Helix. And that's what you did. You got to the guy that is doing the research, that has the technology, that is doing everything that is Biotechnica's agenda at the moment. And your buddy Archon, rest in peace. He was
Fuck that guy.
He was working for Arasaka the whole time, spying on that hotel, trying to find information on Dr. Helix. He realized opportunistically that he can ally up with you guys, and you guys would be able to help him out. And he made a lucrative deal to you guys, but before he could put the period on the end of that sentence, he had 13 bullet holes in his chest and a bashed skull.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah. So
Guy should not have said he worked for Arasaka, because like the stuff that we wrote, Adder and I don't get along with Arasaka very well.
Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is. There's no regrets, obviously. Fuck Archon. He's a dead man. So so basically what you guys have done is you've brought Dr. Helix to Dr. Creel in the Central Texas Preservation Society. They've decided to stay at the Galt site and kind of get away from Austin, Texas, the city proper, and decided to make a nomad encampment where the site is and fortify it so this kind of stuff doesn't happen ever again. And I'm sure that he is going to be happy about you guys bringing Dr. Helix. But the question is, do you care what they do with him? Do you care if they kill him? If they keep him on board alive?
Sam doesn't give a damn.
Okay.
I don't really care that much, but I think that they should probably just kill him so that nobody tries to turn people into like human AIs anymore.
So is that something that you guys would want to persuade them to do, or you're just like, I mean, I don't care.
I'll roll a persuasion, but it's not like if they say no, it would be like, all right. So.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. Where do I?
So click on your character sheet. It should be on your character sheet, or you could look for the macro.
I've got the character sheet up.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for Dr. Creel.
Well, I mean, what do they want to do with him would be my question.
He wants to keep the Dr. Creel or Dr. Helix alive.
Is there a reason why?
Yeah, because Dr. Creel is a man of science, and he just cannot pass up a good piece of research. It was previously thought that Arasaka was the only one that has the technology to do this soul-killing AI kind of stuff. But now Dr. Helix is like the next guy to do it. So,
I mean, if he's like super excited about like, yeah, let's go kill some people and turn them into AIs, then I guess I'll be a little bit more insistent. Like,
yeah, what's his demeanor like? Yeah, what's his purpose and demeanor?
why don't I get a human perception from you guys?
Well,
okay,
damn.
So Blackadder, Sam, and let's get one from Brian. All right, Barry. So Blackadder and Sam, you guys can tell that this guy is probably just afraid for his life and is not sure what's going to happen. He's probably assuming that he'll be executed, and
we were asking about the doctor. Like, is he going to try and use this guy's stuff to start making human AI stuff?
Or does he just want to know how it worked?
He wants to know how... Dr. Creel said he wants to know how he can reverse this process or try to duplicate it just so that kind of power is in the right hands, according to Dr. Creel. He thinks he's a good guy and his people are good people, so that they should have this technology and it would be in safer hands.
I'd just say, like, there were people in agony on slabs having their brains put into computers. Nobody should be using this shit.
Dr. Creel thinks that this is a scientific endeavor and science has nothing to do with feelings and what's done is done. And that Dr. Helix will be a prisoner. He won't be free, but they will still use him.
See, that's not better.
What are you... Hold up. So, you're wanting to use him and his knowledge to continue to create these AIs. So you're wanting to do to others what they were doing to you?
No, it's nothing like that, Barry. You gotta understand, this technology here, it's groundbreaking, and the fact that we have our hands on something like this, we can't let it go.
So...
Well, what are you planning to do with it?
At this moment, we don't exactly know what we're planning to do with it, but we know it's better off in our hands.
I'm gonna just do a conversation thing and convince him, like, this is some bad shit. No one should be doing this. Don't fucking turn people into computers.
Yeah, you want to roll a persuasion or a conversation?
I did a
conversation. Okay. So
I guess I should be persuasion, but that'd just be one lower if it was persuasion.
That's fine. If you guys want to roll your persuasion as well to see if you can help out Hub, if you agree with him.
I agree with Hub. I'm just trying to get a read on this doctor, because if I get the inkling that he's trying to do something bad, I know what I'm going to do.
He's pretty much laying it out there that there is no good and bad. There's only knowledge and not having the knowledge. And not having the knowledge is bad. All right?
So that's my role to crack the Dr. Helix in the fucking face with my bat.
Okay, let's roll his evasion.
You son of a bitch.
And here's the second one as well, in case I missed the first time.
I sent you a text message on what I was going to do.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay, with negatives.
I sent you a message that if I got any inkling that this doctor is not on the up and up, Sam was going to shoot this Dr. Helix in the back of the head and just go, "What's done is done."
I mean,
well, I see we have great mind thinks alike.
I was also about to just shoot that guy because like there's some bad
because fuck that guy.
And then Barry looks over at the guy. Well, I guess if you can scrape the knowledge up off the pavement, you can have it.
I like to think that both Sam, Ectoplasm, and Hub had their guns out, like about to shoot this guy, and we're like, "Oh man, you're faster."
Yeah, so in true wise guys fashion, you just hear hold on, I forgot that I had these.
Do you have a baseball bat sound effect?
I thought I did.
Crack.
Hold on. I gotta have here we go. You just hear two smashing headshots onto Dr. Helix. He falls down in a crumply mess. Dr. Creel is covered in the blood that just splashed off of this guy's head. And before anybody could act, Dr. Helix is dead. His brain matter is all over the ground. And there is no deal to be made anymore on Dr. Helix because the deal has been done. What did you do? Are you out of your goddamn mind? The research. Tell me you have his research papers. He points to you, Blackadder. Tell me you have it.
Relax, Doc. Relax.
So, I'm not telling him, but I've got the papers, if you remember, right?
Yep.
But he's not getting them.
And Dr. Creel says, well, I guess it's a matter of speaking on your payment. And as a GM out of character, maybe you guys should have talked about payment before.
I mean, we're still in a pretty good position to get the payment we were promised.
Technically, you guys have fulfilled your promise of stopping Biotechnica from assaulting the gold site. You got that done.
There was no agreement to help him continue the horrific fucking, like, turning people into computers research.
I'm going to look at the doctor. I believe our payment was to help stop your people from being kidnapped and turned into these creatures that he was turning people into. As you can see, I get particularly angry at people who try to do things like that. Perhaps you want to refrain from doing things like that and pay us for the job we did.
You don't have to roll an intimidation because you just smashed some guy's brains in front of Dr. Creel.
It's still a pretty good roll.
Oh, you did roll.
Yeah, I already rolled.
So you're not intimidating. You're just persuading him.
Well,
you're persuading.
There's no intimidation skill. That persuasion was intimidation.
Oh, really? There isn't? I didn't even know that there's no.
Intimidation is worked into persuasion / interrogation, depending on how you're doing it, I think.
Very good. Okay, sounds good. So you have persuaded in an intimidating manner to Dr. Creel that he should just pay up, and without a word, he pulls out a giant cred stick that has Austin City Bank on it, and he asks you all to bring your agents out, and he says 2,000 each as agreed upon, and he offers you all room and board for 1 week at the Galt site, just as an offer of good faith. So for 1 week, you wouldn't have to pay rent wherever you guys have to go to pay rent, which is the Amber Oasis, which even though you're part of the Nomad family, it is still customary to pay your dues and to pay rent but you get the discount of 1 notch lower in the rent, and we'll get to that when we're paying rent. But the idea is that Dr. Creel is going to pay you guys the 2,000, and that settles payment. Okay, so now at this point, you guys have stayed with Dr. Creel for a week if you had chosen to. You could have just left and gone back to the Amber Oasis if you'd like.
I think I'd just leave.
I'd want to stay because Barry still has a couple things he wants to do in Austin before they leave.
Agreed.
I might stay in Austin for a bit, but I don't think, like, we're not on excellent terms with this guy right now. I don't think I wanted to be accepting his invitation to just stay at his house for free.
It's definitely
pay attention to them.
Yeah, it's definitely a kind of a weird predicament because a lot of the members of the Central Texas Preservation Society are super grateful for what you guys have done and don't give a shit about Dr. Helix, but their leadership are the ones that were upset about what happened to Dr. Helix. So you guys are in a situation where you have enough supporters that you feel that you're safe, and that the leadership can't really do anything to you guys without attracting some kind of conflict. But I think after 1 week, you will have warmed your welcome, or what is it called? Worn out your welcome.
Once Barry bashed that dude's head in, Sam just kind of looks around and goes, "I'm gonna go get a drink. What about you guys?"
Yeah, there's definitely places where the people of this nomad family hang out and drink. They have their own kind of like little pub that's in a storage container, a few storage containers connected to each other at the Galt site, and you can definitely go have a few drinks there.
Nah, Sam wouldn't party with these guys.
Sure.
Sam's got his own people to party with.
Oh, that's right. Sam has the Austin atrocities.
Yeah, so they're still in Austin. You could also, Sam, choose to stay with them for as long as you need to. You're a member of their booster gang, so...
Yeah, I'd call up the other 2 guys in my band to pick me up, and I'd be like, "Hey, call me when it's time to go."
Yeah, so they'll come and hang out with you because they have left Night City around... Remember, everything we did in Austin, Texas was in less than 24 hours, even though it felt like longer.
Yeah.
They would have come with me. I just haven't created character sheets for the other 2 guys.
Exactly.
I want to do that. I want to make the sheets for them.
So you were the first one to leave Night City from your band, and they like staggered and they're leaving after. So they're on their way to Austin to meet up with you, and all of you plan on going to the Amber Oasis once you're done with this area, which is not too far. I think we're gonna stay in Texas. I was gonna try to see if we could go out of state, but I think staying near Texas makes sense, maybe like 8 hours away from Austin somewhere. I'll try to figure that out. So basically, let's go to Barry. Barry, I know that you had one contact that you wanted to make sure you talk to, and that is the female tech that was at the Driscoll Hotel. Her name is Lexicon. She left her card with you, and you guys let her out with her life. Now, did you want to have some kind of communication with her?
Yeah, I'm gonna call her.
Fuck yeah. Get that.
All right. So you call from an unknown number, and the first time she does not answer. Do you leave a message, or do you call again?
Going to give it, have a drink, wait a few minutes. Wait a little while. Bitch could be napping. You don't know. I'm gonna give her another call.
Okay. This time she picks up, and she answers, "This is Lex."
Hey, Lex. This is Stone. Remember me?
No, I don't know, Stone.
I did give her my name, by the way, but anyhow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we met at the hotel yesterday.
Oh shit! It's you. God
The
damn it!
hotel.
Look, man. I don't know what you want from me, but how can I help you?
Hi. I just. You said you worked on weapon. You were a weapons tech, right?
I dabble.
Yeah. Then I have a job for you. Then. Got some modifications I'm wanting made to my bat.
And she stops a beat, and then she answers, "All right, as long as you got the eddies."
Hey, of course I do. Listen. There's a reason we left you alive. You sounded useful. And plus, you didn't seem like an evil biotechnica piece of shit.
Now roll me your persuasion, and we're gonna add 3 to it.
Okay. I'm still learning this thing. Okay, there it goes.
We
Yeah,
all
yeah.
are. We all are.
No worries. Pretty soon you guys
So
will be able
21.
to 21. Perfect. She gives you a location where you guys can meet, and is actually not near the hotel, but not that far from it, like 5 minutes away. And
Is it a bar? Because if not, I'm gonna suggest we meet at a bar so we can have some drinks too. Because I'm thirsty.
it's not a bar. It's a scrapyard where you're assuming she goes and visits. She said she goes there to get parts.
All right,
But
that'll work.
okay. So you guys meet at a scrapyard in Austin. And do you take any of the guys with you?
I'll offer any of them who want to come.
I'll take along for the ride.
Kinda.
You send that message to Sam, he'd be like, "Fuck, I'm kind of shit faced, but I'll meet you there."
Sam, why don't you roll me 1d3?
Can you just roll 1d3 in here, like / roll?
Yeah. It's
Or do you want me to
exact.
just roll a d? You want me to just roll a d6 and half?
You could do a d6 too, yeah. So 1. All right, one of the
Well, I rolled that one. It was it's / roll space 1d3.
Oh, okay, then you roll it, Jimmy.
Nice.
All right, it's the big 3. So 3 members of the Austin Atrocity want to hang out with you and go with you. They even offer to drive. Sponge, who is the resident dealer, offers to drive. Sharpie's going to stay behind, but 2 more members want to come and hang out. Do you take them with you?
Yeah, I'll be like, yeah, you guys can come, but we gotta keep it low key. This chick's still rattled from what we saved her from yesterday. All right?
Okay. Hub, do you join them?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
mean, I gotta have a driver, don't I?
Okay, so you guys hop into Hub's car. You head over to the scrapyard. Sam is in another car with his Austin Atrocity. Blackadder, are you with Sam?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. So you guys are all 4 in a ground car, just like 5 actually. 5 in a car, elbows to elbows. Music is blaring. It's Sam's newest album. And you guys get to the scrapyard. Hub and Barry, you guys get there at the exact same time. And at this scrapyard, you see Lex just hanging out outside of it while there's normal operations going on. And she just puts her hands on her hips and looks as like 7 guys just showed up out of nowhere.
Like a clown car.
Yeah.
Well, it's 2 different cars, but yeah, I'm gonna step out. So I'm gonna look a lot different than when she saw us last time, but the rest of them will look kind of similar because I don't have my, my tech hair changed, my eye color changed, or my skin tone changed. So like I'm looking like a normal person instead of the like stone gargoyle thing he makes himself look like when he's doing work.
All right, so why don't you roll me a wardrobe and style +2, just so we can get a gauge from.
So +2, and also plus whatever bonuses Brian will get because he's got.
It's 2 from that as
Well,
well.
you don't have light.
So then
you don't have
+4.
light tattoos. Well, you have tech skin and you have tech skin, chem
Yeah,
skin, and
so
tech hair. So that's
overall
+2.
it's going 15.
So 15.
So
All right.
I have the 2 automatically from having the tech hair and skin together.
So she looks at you, and though she doesn't say anything, you can see that there's kind of like a comfort in her eyes as she sees that you're just dressed normally. You're not dressed like some guy that just jumped out of a Mad Max movie. So
I mean, like,
don't have my
Sam?
mask pulled down or anything.
exactly. She looks kind of past you at the other guys and says, like, "You always bring these guys with you when you're meeting a client?"
We're
just here for
I don't
drinks.
know about the other three, but these are my friends. I thought they might want some work done too, if you could. Trying to help you out, get you more work. I would like us to have a nice business relationship here, if you can do what I want you to, anyhow.
She looks at you and says, "All right, what do you want made? You got schematics, you got blueprints, something."
All right. So I'm gonna pull out my bat, right? I'm gonna look at her.
Mhm.
All right. So here's the ideas I've been having for this, right? So if we could, mine's just a normal wooden bat, but I'm like, making something metal. It's like there's a couple ideas I've had, right? We have this, and I would like it made out of metal, but with a center spot that could hold a flash grenade or smoke grenade if I wanted to, so that I could trigger it from inside it and have it set off around me. And instead of having these nails jabbed through the top, I was thinking, can you work up something like razor blades that pop out of the top and spin?
Okay, so you want
Here's-
smoke?
You hear Sam go, "Bro, it needs a chainsaw on it."
Well, that's basically what the top will be.
So you want it to have a button for smoke?
A button, basically something that will just engage whatever grenade I choose to put into that cavity.
Okay, so you want a one
put into the handle so it doesn't like compromise the bat.
Yeah,
part.
yeah, it could be, yeah, like you said, down in the handle, just goes off right there when I want it to, and I can replace it with different grenades as I choose to.
Okay, so let's see here. I'm wondering if that would be an upgrade. I don't think that would be an upgrade. Install an upgrade invented by the tech using invention expertise.
No, so if you're going rules wise, it's the original, the bat itself with the thing in there. It's probably going to be her creating a whole new exotic weapon style thing.
So the first prototype will be invention, and then she'll do fabrication. The good news is you already have the bat. You said you wanted to add a spike to it, right? So a light melee weapon.
Well, it wasn't a spike, was it? It was like
No, okay.
rotating
Sorry.
razor
All right,
blades.
real quick. Remember, John, we've talked. So the idea behind it is she's going to be fabricating a whole new bat because he has a wooden bat with nails stabbed in it. He's looking for her to
so
make
there's a different bat.
metal.
Okay.
It's going to have the handle will have a spot where I can put grenades in to trigger them around me if I want to. He's going to use it for smoke grenades and flash grenades because he's not going to try to explode himself. That would be
Quick
dumb.
question. Is your bat, spiked bat, we said it was considered a heavy melee weapon, right?
It is a heavy melee weapon,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, so we got heavy melee weapon, smoke ammunition, or smoke grenade.
It is basically just allowing me to put one grenade weapon in there. But yeah, it would be, you'd put smoke grenades or flash grenades, stuff like that in there.
Okay, so it looks like the first prototype will be right at the 500 mark. It won't be past it.
Mhm.
So the minimum it will cost is 500 creds for materials, and she'll charge you another 100 just for her time. So 600 eddies, and you'll get your prototype bat if she doesn't roll terribly.
Well, also, you remember when we talked about the spinning chain, the like buzzsaws things at the top of the bat?
Yes.
That upgrade? He also wants that added to it.
Okay, so essentially what you want, and you wanted to have that chain ablate armor by an extra 1, right?
Yeah, that was what me and you had talked about.
So we're making essentially an armor-piercing bat, because armor-piercing within the rules of the game is a Blades by 2, which also has a slot for grenades.
Yes.
Now, do you want to limit it to smoke grenades, or do you want it to be able to do all types of grenades?
Oh, any type of grenade he wants to put in there.
Okay, so as long as it can fit in there.
Yeah, I mean, very doubtful he's ever going to put anything other than smoke or tear gas or flashbangs in there, but I suppose there could be a reason to at some point.
Yeah, of course. So armor-piercing ammunition is 100. That's for the spinning blades. The heavy melee weapon is 100. So I'm just making sure we're right at 500.
Yeah,
And
it wouldn't go over 500.
It wouldn't go over 500. So it's still going to be 500 eddies plus 100 for her time. You're looking at 600 eddies, and then we'll attempt a tech maker roll with her.
Okay, and he did have an idea for one other thing he wanted to talk to her about.
Okay. So this is going to be a premium item. So it's a DV17, and it'll take her 1 day to do it, according to the book. Okay.
Okay.
So her tech is going to be a 6. Or sorry, her tech is a 7. Her maker... wait, what does she roll? Does she roll tech? I gotta look at it again. It's tech plus tech skill associated with repairing or inventing, plus your rank in this specialty. Okay. So she's got a 7, a 6, and a 4. Alright.
Passes.
Let's do 5, actually. She's a good tech. So, she just has to beat a 17, which I think she can do already. She's already almost there, right? Auto pass. Yep. So...
You said her stuff was a 7 plus a 6 plus a 5.
Yeah.
She's a good tech. That already puts her at 18?
Yeah, so unless she rolled a 1, then it would have been bad. So subtract 600 from your account, sir.
All right.
And you now have a 3d6 heavy melee weapon that ablates by 2. And as an action, that... so you either do the grenade on your turn, or you do the bat swing, I think.
Yeah, I figured...
Yeah.
I figured it was one or the other.
Yeah.
I didn't think... But the other idea he wanted to talk to her about was so making a quick release shield.
Okay.
So basically what that would do, and it's up to you whether she can do it, because this is a little rules changey on it. Typically when you have a shield and it gets destroyed, or just when you have a shield and you're using it, it's an action to let it go, pretty much. He wants a quick release so he can just hit a button and it drops off.
Well, there is the pop-up shield, which is a cyber limb thing. It goes into your cyber arm.
Yeah, he doesn't want that, and that doesn't do what I want it to anyhow.
Okay, and it takes 3 slots too.
Yeah, but he has normal meat arms.
Okay, so then pop-up shield is out of the question unless there's a way for her to take that technology and make it something. Your other choice is the bulletproof shield, which is 100 eddies.
Yeah, it's the bulletproof shield is what he's doing. Basically, he wants it so where it's kind of like a band around his wrist or hand or whatnot, and when he wants to release the shield, he can just hit a button and it pops off. That way he doesn't have to actually take the time to remove it.
Okay, so quick release pop-up shield or bulletproof shield. For parts and everything, it would be under 500, so we're back at the 600 mark for this item as well. Because according to the book, 500 is the minimum for a prototype.
Yeah, for a prototype, for her to make it.
Okay, so additional day, and she's going to roll again. Ooh, rolled a 27, dude. She crushed it. and now you have a pop-up shield. And now that you have the schematics, if this shield breaks, which it only has 10 HP,
Oh, it will break.
it will break. Once it breaks, you can contact her and or have her send over the schematics if she feels like it, and have another tech make it. And it would be actually much cheaper the second time. It would be like 150 to make it again.
How much is a shield typically?
Shield is 100. And then I'm sure the tech would, and then with like parts, other parts, like we'll say 50, and then the other tech would probably charge you 50 or 100 as well. So 200.
Yeah, if it's, he's gonna go ahead and get 5 additional ones off of her.
Okay, so then you're looking at another 1,000.
Not for 5, at 150.
No, 5. Sorry, for 150. Yeah, that's right. Because she's not going to charge you the extra labor.
Yeah.
So 5 times calculator.
It's
Calculator.
750. There you go.
Mhm.
So for an additional 750, you got 5 more that you can store somewhere, probably in Hub's trunk.
Spend it. Spend it. Spend it all.
Now, while you guys got that tech and you guys are here, is there anything else you would want her to make for you?
I think I'm good for now. I might see if she wants to buy or she knows anybody who would be interested in buying that rifle.
Yeah, 100%. We're actually going to do that too. That's on my list. She does have the capability of increasing your cyber deck by 1 slot. Increase the number of slots a type an item already has for options, attachments, programs. Yeah, so she can increase your cyber deck's slots by 1. If you'd want to do that.
Yes. However, there are 2 other things. This whole time, Barry's been planning out Megabat.
Mhm.
I've been in Sponge's ear because Sponge is with us, correct?
Yes, 100%.
I need to get a list of his consumables, number 1.
Okay.
Number 2, what kind of contact did Bizarre leave us from the previous act?
Yes.
As I have a list of shit that I need to get.
Okay, so let's head over to the drug section of the book, the fun section. Let's do Joe's thing because it's fast. Sniper,
Yeah.
sniper rifle.
Absolutely.
Now, did you want to sell it in Austin, Joe, or did you want to wait till you get to the Oasis and try to sell it there? Because at the Oasis, you guys do have a bunch of trade deep, like markets and stuff where traveling people come through.
I can hold on to it till then.
Okay.
I don't have an urgent need for any money.
So the sniper rifle is worth 500, but since you've taken it to the Oasis, it is worth a little bit more because it's harder to find things. And you could get 600 eddies clean for it. Unless you want a little bit more, you would have to roll like a trade or barter.
Alright, don't have those, so would I just roll, would that be a cool check or something?
Good question. Let's see. Trade.
Or I guess empathy. They're both the same thing for me, so.
I forget exactly which one it is. I think it might actually be intelligence. The button should be there for you to roll it, even if you don't have... Right? Trade.
Let me try to find it.
Tracking. There it is. It's on under social skills. You want me to roll it for you?
I got it.
Alright.
It's right there.
Nope. I do bad.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I traded for you. I did good.
Yeah, so I just get the 600 then?
Yeah, well, let me roll for the merchant, just in case he rolls a 1. Yeah, he crushed it. So yeah, he says 600 and I'll take it off your hands or get the hell out of my face.
That's rude, but alright.
Yeah, he didn't like your offer. It insulted him. Okay, now going back to Blackadder, you're having this conversation with Sponge, and I'm just gonna try to find the drugs here.
I already know what drugs I need.
Do you know what page the drugs are on?
If you look down in the compendium,
Oh, is it there?
it's right under cyber optics.
Oh, okay. If you know what drugs you need, then shoot. Let me know.
Yeah, I need synth coke and I need boost.
Okay, synth coke, synth chat, and then you said boost.
Correct.
All right, synth reference to chat. All right, let's see here. Synth coke, we got it at $20 a pop, and we got boost at not listed. Wow.
Free 99.
Damn it! Damn it! They forgot to list it. All right, now we gotta look it up.
No price, that means it's free, right?
Exactly.
All right, I found it. Street Drugs 227. Standard. No, this is body sculpting. Boost is 50,
Okay.
and then synth coke is
20. You said 20.
yeah 20.
Right?
I
Is
just
that
want to make
correct?
sure. Yeah, it's
All right,
every day,
that's
so
accurate.
20. All right,
Okay,
so
cool.
you want one of each?
One of each. Actually, no. We're gonna do 5 synth coke, 2 boost.
Okay. So 100 and 100, 200.
That's 200.
All right, let's see if Sponge can find that. I'm sure he can. He's not too dumb and incapable. Plus his 3, okay. Yep, he scours the markets and he's able to find the synth coke. Let's see if he can find the boost. Yeah, it's good enough. He finds the boosts too.
Good enough. All right.
All right, there you go. So Sponge will go and do that at the same time as the tech. Now, is there...
Nice. And
What else did you
the
want?
cyber deck slot increase. How much is that?
Okay, so let me go back to the book here. And we're going to the... Mother...
I'm sorry, but I'm noting all of this in roll 20 because I don't trust Foundry yet. I'm not used to it. So
That's fine, dude. You guys will learn to love it, I promise. Alright, let's go to his maker. Let's see, upgrade expertise is going to be... To upgrade an item, you roll tech plus a tech skill that item is typically repaired with, plus your rank with the speciality, plus 1d10. So it's pretty much going to be the same kind of roll.
do it.
And she has to... Oh, she crushed it. Absolutely crushed it, dude.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So it's just going to cost you 200 to do
Let's
it.
do it.
It's her time.
All right, let's do it. 200.
Yeah.
Done.
All right.
All right.
Sam, is there anything you needed done from a techie or from a drug dealer?
I don't know. Like, I'm thinking about it. Like, I don't know if I want Sam to go, "Hey, here's this gun, but make it better," or like, Sam's got a different guitar stashed in Hub's fucking car, and I don't know if I want to see if this lady can reinforce the guitar with chainsaws and a flamethrower on it. You know?
Yeah, I was about to say, I know the thing we had talked about for him was basically making it so where he can use his guitar as a heavy weapon, like making his axe into an axe, and also give it like a flamethrower at the end if he wanted to use that too.
Yeah, you could do flamethrower, or you could do a shotgun attachment, and you can do incendiary ammo.
Yeah, what I'm thinking is like, kind of, where you tune the guitar and stuff. There'll be something on the end of the charge there that can shoot the flamethrower out of it.
Yeah. So would you rather have an exotic? See, because the flamethrower, I believe, is an exotic weapon.
The flamethrower is an exotic shotgun that uses your heavy weapon skill.
Exactly. And a shotgun uses the shoulder arms. So
and Sam has 0 shoulder arm skill.
Okay.
But he's got heavy weapons.
Okay, so let's look at the exotic weapon table.
It's 500.
There we go. So 500, and because it's an exotic weapon, you will need a fixer to find this. So you'll have to go through your Austin Atrocity connection, which you do. Sharpie can ask around. She can ask fixers around, see if she can find something. So let's see if she can find a flamethrower.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so she's looking to see if she can find a flamethrower. Her cool is a 6. Let's do another 6 plus 2 for her reputation. And we're going to try to beat a... That's where I gotta. That's what I gotta think of. I think a 15 is good enough to look for that. Trying to beat a 15, and she crushed it. 23. She found a flamethrower. The fixer found it, and he wants. Does he want a little bit more than it's worth? Yeah, unfortunately, he does. He wants it for 600. Okay, so the flamethrower is 600. Your guitar you already have. You want to put them together. So I'm trying to figure out what else did you want it to do other than a flamethrower?
Are chainsaws very heavy or heavy melee weapons?
I believe they're very heavy.
I mean, it just depends on what you want it to be. Do you want it to do 4d6 or 3d6?
Yeah.
It's just going to be 3d6.
So if it goes 3d6, you can swing it twice. If you move it up to 4d6, you can only swing it once.
Right.
And if you want it to look like a chainsaw with a circular blade and stuff, that's just flavor text.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a flying V, but the body of the guitar, the V part, is going to have a chainsaw blade on one end. Like on the bottom end.
Very good.
Right.
So
it'll only turn on when Sam decides to use the guitar as a melee weapon.
So for it to be a heavy melee weapon, we could just say that it's a chainsaw that isn't meant to like cut down trees, like big oak trees. Like they don't use it for that kind of stuff.
It's designed to mess people up.
Exactly. So it's like some kind of medical grade chainsaw, like that some kind of like surgeon would use, and just beefed up a little bit. Maybe you put some extra teeth on it and stuff like that. So we'll call it a heavy melee weapon. That's worth 100. So we're already at 700 total for the price of this item, and that is well within under the guidelines.
Yeah, and he doesn't want the guitar to break that easy. He wants it to be a little bit stronger, but it's still gotta rock out, right?
Yeah, it's still a guitar.
I still gotta be able to jam on this thing. That's how Sam's explaining. It's like I still gotta be able to shred on this,
So for 700 eddies, you will definitely be able to do that. Now you contacted Bazaar DG, and give me your list of stuff that we can get from them.
I got 1,600 left. I need the backup drive and the saber tooth.
Okay. Saber tooth. Black ice.
Yes.
Okay, so backup drive is 100. Saber tooth is
1,000.
Is 1,000, right? Yeah.
Yep.
It's actually there it is. Send reference to chat. Yeah, and you have there it is in chat. You could just drag that. It's the bottom one, not the middle one. You just drag that into your inventory.
All right, cool.
Okay, so subtract that. All right, have we done all our shopping, boys? Let's get some shoes.
Well, I mean, I'll hit you up a little later about some other stuff. I don't want to hem it up too much with shopping.
Okay.
Ham it up.
How much you said the guitar was again for all the work for that?
Shit, I forgot. I think it's 950.
700.
It's 700 plus 150 for the DNA lock, so 850.
Okay.
All right. If it's one more thing, Brian, we could just do it. If it's easy.
Well, it's cyberware and it's a couple things.
Okay, we'll do it after then.
Yeah,
we'll do it
that's
after.
what I figured.
Just make the list for me so we can go through it. All right, next.
Yeah, I know what I want. Just
next thing. Yeah, I appreciate it. So we did most of the selling. I did want to ask you guys what you think would happen with Cash, the mobster that you guys totally humiliated at that hotel. What do you think the plan is with that? Are you gonna make contact?
Leave the city. Don't think about it anymore.
I mean,
pretty much.
I'm Barry's not going out of his way to find him. That guy was honestly just in his way, and if there hadn't been a Biotechnica dude in there, Barry wouldn't have dealt with him at all. Like Barry really isn't thinking about him.
Interesting. Okay, sounds good. All right.
If you remember, yeah, he just doesn't care that much about that guy. If that guy tried to get in contact or made trouble or anything, that might be an issue. But to Barry, that dude was a blip, and shit got real crazy after that. So it wasn't even a blip he cared that much about.
Okay. So what you guys do know as you're leaving Austin, Texas and heading back to the Amber Oasis is the Austin Police Department has been asking about you guys. They've been going around asking about a crazy rocker boy, his netrunner buddy, and two of his muscle that have been going around terrorizing Austin. They do not have any evidence that you guys have set off that explosion at the warehouse thanks to a very special netrunner that is in your party. And they don't have any evidence that you guys were at the Driscoll Hotel other than hearsay and eyewitness account.
Or set off that explosion at the Driscoll Hotel.
Exactly. There's a little pattern with the wise guys and explosions in Austin, Texas.
God damn it, Sam.
Yeah. So at the least, they want to have a conversation with you guys, and you guys have been doing a good job of avoiding them while the tech has been doing her work, and while Sponge and everybody else has been looking for the items that you guys need. All right, so you guys are leaving the Amber Oasis. The first question I have, or to the Amber Oasis, but the first question I have is for Sam. Do you ask the Atrocity to go with you? Because they are a big target in Austin now.
I'll say they should stay close.
Eh.
I mean, I'll talk to him kind of like down on the side. I was like, hey, this is where we're going to go. I know that Hub dude doesn't kind of gel with you very much, but he's cool. All right. So we can probably set up shop like outside his main encampment as long as we don't cause trouble for him, you know?
Why don't you roll me a persuasion? And try to beat a 13.
Nope.
Sharpie looks at you and says, our place is here, Sam. But as the offer stands, if anything happens, we'll come swinging your way.
Hi.
Sounds good. We caused a lot of shit, all right? And I don't want anything to happen to you guys.
I ain't no bitch, you hear somebody say from the back.
He's like, look, man, I know you're not, all right? I know you guys are tough, but you guys, all you gotta do is reach out, you know?
And Sharpie...
I'll be blowing something up somewhere.
Sharpie points to some of the cargo that she has with her and says, thanks to you guys, we're better than ever, looking at all the guns and crazy shit they got from the Biotechnica warehouse raid.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, before we had this discussion, Sam also wanted to find someone to take that light tattoo, that brand of the Austin Atrocity, and turn it into a light tattoo that looks like it's always on fire.
Oh, yeah.
Hot brand, you know? Like it's pulsing with fire.
Yeah, for 20 eddies, somebody could easily do that for you.
Because he would have done that, and he would have had that when he showed up to talk to these guys.
Yeah, and that's what they do. The Atrocity actually have like a guy come in, do a house call, and now you have a light tattoo where the Austin Atrocity logo was burned into your neck.
Hey, John.
Yes.
So, the techie. God, what was her name again?
Lexicon.
Lex, yeah. Barry's gonna give her a call again.
Okay. You again.
Why do you say it like that?
Did something break?
You talk to me like I'm a hassle.
Well, you are a hassle. I had a job working for Biotechnica, and now I don't.
Now you have a job working for better people. Listen, you did really good work. I like your work. We're rolling out of Austin, and being that you're not held down by them anymore, we're rolling out to a nomad watch, and they always need people making shit for them. You want to roll with us?
Roll me a persuasion. Oh, by the way, this. Oh, crushed it. Rolled a 10.
Jesus.
Did it roll another 10? It didn't, did it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, it rolled another 10.
Yeah,
It
so
did. That's how I got 29.
right now, currently, it's under construction, the 1 roll. So when it rolls a 1, we gotta be aware of it when it happens.
But
All
the
right.
10s will roll.
But the
themselves.
10s do, yeah. Okay, so
Mindful.
you absolutely crush it. There's something about what you said. Lexicon puts everything together. And it turns out, coincidentally, she's been trying to get out of Austin for some time now. And if this is the best opportunity for her, then she's going to jump on it. And she says, you know what? I might take you up on that offer. Where's this place exactly?
See,
And-
Lex likes me.
Yeah. It looks like Lex is going to like you after all. That happened. All right. Now let's move on to another fun part. And that is the hustle. So, in Cyberpunk Red, in the downtime, each role has their own hustle. And we're going to be rolling on that chart, if I could just fucking find it. Okay. Living on the street, well, that's for rent. Okay, here we go. So, we'll start with Sam. And you guys also needed time to heal, I believe. None of you guys got any critical injuries, right?
No.
So,
Thankfully, so you didn't have to go to a hospital or anything like that. It was just regular HP healing, and that can happen within days. So that means for the 4 weeks that you guys have spent, 3 weeks in the Oasis, 1 week in Austin, you will have been doing your hustle. And for every week, you roll on this chart. So let me get a 4d6 from you, Sam Ectoplasm.
Okay. Roll right. I said 4d6.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, so we got a 3-3-5-5. So 3-3 is played a big gig for a rich corporate or local personality. You did that twice. What's your rank ability?
What do you mean?
What's your rocker boy charismatic impact?
Oh,
Or sorry, roll ability. You're at a 4. Okay, so each one of those gigs netted you 300 eddies each, and then after that, the last 2 weeks you were an opening act for a big name group, another 300 each. So you're looking at 300 times 4, 1,200 eddies you made that month from work.
sweet.
So the way I figured is you went and did a gig for a local personality, because I don't think you would go and do a gig for a corporate, would you?
No.
No. So what had happened is you went back to the Oasis. The leaders of the Amber Connection love music. They love entertainment. They gave you a shot. You did great. You crushed the show. Your bandmates were there because they met up with you. And then a big name group was traveling in the area, and they were doing a local concert. They heard you playing at the Amber Oasis, and they wanted you in. You went and played with them too.
What kind of skill check would have to be rolled for these guys to headline for Sam Ectoplasm? Sam Ectoplasm doesn't headline for anybody.
Well,
Is it open for people?
the way that it went is Sam didn't know he was opening. You thought you were the closing act, and then all of a sudden another band comes. So why don't I get 4 performance checks from you? Let's see how these events went.
Let me find out where that's at. I gotta figure out where this is at.
It should be in your technique skills. And then while that's going on, Barry, why don't you roll me 4d6 as well, and we'll figure out your hustle too.
Hustle, homie.
Hustle, dog.
So I'm going to only roll 3d6 because I plan to do some therapy during one of these weeks.
Very good.
I don't see perform anywhere. I see play musical instrument.
Yeah, try that. That's fine. Do play musical instrument.
So 1, 1, and 5. Well,
Okay.
1, 5, 1.
Yeah, 151. Okay, Sam, that's your first one. Second one, crushed it. And then that's when people heard you play. They wanted you there. Oh my god, that next show, I mean, you absolutely destroyed.
Strong finish.
You brought down the house. And it was hard to follow that act, but it was still a decent show after that.
You know, that actually makes sense. He's like, oh, you think I'm opening for you? Man, fuck you. Your ex gonna suck after me, bitches.
Exactly. And it left you a bad taste in your mouth, so the second show you kind of did okay with. But going to Barry, the first week you were a bodyguard work, low-end client. What's your rollability rank?
It's a 4.
Okay, so 100 eddies for that. Second gig was attracted undue attention, had to lay low, so you made nothing. And then you did bodyguard work for a low-end client again. So you only made 200 eddies in 4 weeks.
Whatever. He's not about money. Anyhow, I would like to reskin the bodyguard work where he actually, you know, he was doing some of his street justice shit, you know, and maybe some the people he helped or saved or something gave him money and like, here, take this, thank you for helping us.
Yeah, exactly.
I like how the map zooms into whoever's icon is typing.
I know, that's the first time I noticed that. That's actually really cool.
Like
choice.
I typed that
That's hot, dude.
everybody's
That's
got
hot.
access. Everybody's got VIP backstage access to the store, and it like zoomed in on my shit.
Yeah.
And I see we fucking better, and it zooms in on Adder. I was like, okay.
I don't like it because it just moves my shit. It annoys me.
Brian doesn't like not being in control.
So. You're 100% correct on that.
So basically what had happened was you made it back to the Amber Oasis after your therapy session, and you felt a little bit bleeding heart when you were over there. And they sent some scavenger nomads out from Hub's family. They sent some scavengers out for some local scavenging, nothing too dangerous. And they couldn't afford some primo protection, so you felt bad for them and you went with them twice, and they gave you what they could. All right.
Well done, soldier.
I'm glad you guys are having fun. All right. Let's go Blackadder. Let me get 4d6 from you. All right. A nice array. We got 2, 2, 3, 3. So the first 2 is cracked a major corporate system and sold the data. And you made, since your rank is 6, you made 300 eddies off of each of those. So that's 600 off the bat. Then 3, 3, you got sidetracked and didn't hack anything this week. You celebrated. I mean, you, after finding that Biotechnica database schematics that you found, you're like, dude, I know how to hack Biotechnica databases. Let me go after these things. So that's exactly what you did. You went after these, you found some really good information, sold it on the black market, and then you just spiraled out of control with the synth coke that you had.
Nice.
So
coming in hot, boys.
I'm gonna roll me a 1d6 to see how much of your synth coke supply you used during that 2-week bender.
Not two. 1, dum-dum.
Oh,
all of it.
You went on a real fucking bender, dude. A real fucking bender.
Sick.
Roll me a resist torture.
Yeah, I was just about to say, yep, hold still.
Yeah.
Oh, crushed it.
Oh,
dude.
I was thinking if he doesn't beat a 20, then he's addicted. And you fucking beat a 20. So good for you. You were able to do your drugs, have a good time, and not let it take over your life. But you still made 600 eddies.
Fucking Sam walks in and Adder's just sitting at his computer desk with what used to be a big pile of coke. And Sam's like, come on, bro. Seriously? He's like, where's all the coke? And then Adder goes, what coke?
Exactly.
What coke, man?
Now, if you want to get some more supply, then just subtract however much you need. 20
nice
to re-up the supply, so 120, I believe, to re-up that. Right,
Always
moving on
nice.
to Hub. Hub, let's get 4d6 out of you and see what you did. All right, we got a 3, 4, 3, 1. So the first 3 is smuggled some small contraband. What's your roll ability?
Moto, it's 5.
Okay, so 200 eddies off the first smuggle run. Fourth one, you smuggled a huge shipment, 300 eddies, so we're at 500. Then another small contraband, 200, so we're at 700. Then one, you made a legit shipment of 200. So you were a busy guy. You were going left and right, up and down. After you left Austin, you took some small stuff, some illegal stuff, some ammunition from maybe the Austin Atrocity. They wanted to sell it across town. You did it for them. Then there was a huge shipment of illegal agents that have been unlocked, and you found some nice little boxes of those. Put them in the back of your trunk, moved them around, made some good money. Then the Austin Atrocity had some more ammunition for you to go sell. Some special ammunition. That's when you made your 200. Then you made a legit shipment of food and supplies for the Amber Oasis to local communities that were in need. So in the end, at the end of the 4 weeks, you became a good guy all of a sudden.
Giving back to the community.
You gave back to the community. All right. So what was the total? 900?
Yeah.
How do you what?
How do I fix my icon? Somebody put it sideways.
Oh, what the hell? How did that happen?
He's always
One of
dripping.
these jokers figured out how to rotate.
Control, scroll.
Okay.
Okay.
Dance, so you can be dancing if you want to.
Okay, that's cool. All right, now let's pay rent. You guys thought you were gonna fucking not pay rent? This is the last part of the downtime.
I'm ready.
All right, let's get to that. So remember, 1 week was free. And then let's go to, god damn it. Okay, street drugs, no. I need to get to the services too. So you guys had to eat and you had to pay rent. So I'm looking for that real quick. Okay, so services and entertainment. Let's see, food. Did you guys do any entertainment during that time? Did you go to any kind of dive bars, brain dance, biosculpting, live entertainment?
Dude, all the Sam shows. I was at every show.
Well, you get to Sam's shows for free, so those are free. But if there's anything you guys want to do on top of that, luxury hotels, restaurants.
Nah, man. Sam parties at his shows. Parties with Adder.
I might have gone out for like some drinks or something, but not anything like big.
Okay, I know that you wanted to do therapy, Brian. For standard humanity, for standard humanity loss, it's 500. For extreme, it's 1,000. But we'll get into that some other time.
Yeah, I know.
And then, so Hub, you went and ate. Did you eat fast food? Good, excellent, world class.
I'd say I get good.
Good food. Okay, good food. Its cost is 50 eddies, 20 eddies each time. So if you weren't eating at the Amber Oasis, I would say you probably spent like a 50 or 100, something like that. Unless you only went one time.
I'll have gone a couple of times.
Oh, sorry. Here we go. Good lifestyle and housing. That's what I was looking for. So kibble, generic pre-pack, good pre-pack, or fresh food. The generic pre-pack is you eat food which tastes much better than kibble by comparison. Each weekend you can afford to go out to a good bar and party and have a sit-down meal at a good restaurant. I think that's consistent with what you just said. Every now and then you would eat good, but most of the time you would just eat decent.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, so 300 eddies is the monthly cost for that. And if the rest of you guys are cool with that, that's also your cost.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'm good. Yep.
Okay. Now, you guys are sleeping in the equivalent of a studio apartment, which is 1,500 eddies per month. But since you guys live in the Amber Oasis and you got 1 week for free from the Central Texas Preservation Society, you're downgraded cost by one tier. So you pay for the cargo container, which is 1,000 eddies per month, plus a $300 discount because you got 1 week for free. All right. So 700 eddies is your rent for the month of our downtime. Okay. And I believe that all but covers our expenses. I believe you guys could have asked for more money from the Texas Preservation Society, but that's fine. We have made our hustle. We have paid our rent. Is anybody in the negative?
Nope.
No.
You all have money.
Hey, did my dice come around looking weird to y'all when I threw it out? Did it look different than it did previously?
I didn't see.
I didn't
Do it
see-
Yeah, I
again.
didn't notice.
I didn't
Do it
see your
again.
dice.
Yeah, I'm not seeing your dice. Your dice are off.
Yeah, your dice are not showing up at all.
No, that's weird.
That is weird.
Can one of you roll something for me real quick? I want to see something.
That's me.
Okay. Yep. Nope. I still see your dice the way you have them.
You can go to settings on
I
the
know.
top right.
I know I did do that. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, something might have happened.
Under construction, quote unquote.
Okay, sounds
There you
good.
go. Purple ass dice.
That's some
Hell
purple hub dice.
Hell yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Now we have paid rent. We have established what has happened since Austin, Texas. I think we've put a nice and neat little bow around everything that's happened. And I'm curious to know, how much money do you guys have, each of you, left after everything?
100.
Okay.
Well, we have more money. Like, I had more money. I just need to add up how many eddies I had before we got the 2,000 for turning the stuff in.
Okay.
And then I subtracted, I think it was 950
For the
For
axe,
all the
it was
work I got
it was
done?
850 for the axe.
So 850 for the axe, and then I made. You said I made 1,200 for the show.
Oh my
and then
god! Tell me you wrote this shit down, Jimmy.
I did. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, if you wrote it down, I believe you. Joe, are you in the negative? How much money you got?
I have $3,200.
What the hell, dude? Oh yeah, you didn't do anything. You didn't spend any money.
Yeah, I didn't buy a whole new custom chromed out weapon with all sorts of new parts that needed to be invented.
I wonder,
And he made it-
do they have
And he made a decent amount of money smuggling.
Yeah, the question is, do you have enough to buy a new car? I don't think they have cars in the book, right? Do they?
They have cars and
Cars
they're
are
like
stupid
100,000 or something.
Okay.
Not
They
yet. We'll
are-
get there.
The cars are so expensive that I never expect to be able to buy a car. Just probably
Okay.
going to use auto ones.
Well, you went up to rank 5, so technically you could have a second vehicle right now, right?
Yeah, but I want to get. I want to put enough points into this one to get it like armor plating and stuff.
Okay.
Sick.
Yeah, because you
You
could
don't wanna
also you could get an air vehicle, dude.
Jimmy, you're muted.
He's gonna run this vehicle until it fucking collapses.
Just gonna keep upgrading it.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Rocket
He's
till the
gonna
wheels
keep-
fall off.
He's gonna keep upgrading and driving this thing until one of these high-end mechanics goes, "There's really nothing else we can do for this thing."
All right, so that's that for the hustle. As you can see here, you guys are looking at the Amber Oasis, and I'm just going to give you guys a quick rundown on how it goes. I mean, obviously, if you press Alt, all of the things pop up, and you can see all the things all at once. The purple sections are habitats. The blue sections are services and stuff like that. Green are important landmarks. Like the Fountain of Youth is one of them. That is like the stage where Sam Ectoplasm plays. That's where we do our Matrix style underground raves.
Nice.
And then the orange stuff is just the random, like shooting range, solar panels, the library. So just take a look at this stuff. It might give you guys ideas on how you want to interact with the Oasis. The idea is that the Amber Oasis is a place where travelers can come through safely, get services. Hub, you work at the security and escort section, which is at the northern area of the Amber Oasis. You're one of the security guys. Like, they come, they ask for security. You and a group of whoever you want to go with you go and do the jobs that you need to do. Everybody, the rest of you guys are just allies. You live in the allied habitats, and you're part of this Amber Oasis. Okay? Now, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to show you guys Foundry. I wanted to get this hustle down. It's a little bit boring, but it adds...
dude, that connects it. It connects all the stuff, dude.
Yeah,
Downtime shit is fun, dude.
I feel like downtime stuff, it's not as exciting as playing, but
it never is.
I think it's good to do it in between sessions because it's boring stuff, like to do in-game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't mix them.
Yeah, so doing it in-game, it really bogs things down. We only get 2 hours to play. I would rather just, like, action. You know, like, we already have the guitar, we have the cyberware, we're ready to go, and we have stuff to plan for on the next session.
So
Now, here on these, it's good because it's like we can take 2 hours to take our time. You're not scrambling in a session to go shopping or do whatever, you know?
Exactly.
And what I'm thinking is if we do, like, when we reach milestones in our actual gameplays and then we want to do downtime and stuff like that, that's a good session for us to get together and do this, because you said it's going on your podcast.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's like a good session for all of us to get together, decompress over everything that we've ever done that we did through the last session, and just talk out how we're planning where people spending the money. Because like I said, 10%, I got to subtract that, because 10% of all the money from Sam's shows gets kicked over to the Nomad encampment.
Yep. If you'd like to do that, that is your dues that you can pay to the encampment. They will take that kind of money.
Oh, yeah.
The rent is good enough for them, but if you guys want to give a little bit extra and help, the Amber Oasis is actually... I know Cyberpunk is a fucked up world, but they're actually trying to help people. There's no corporations involved. There is a corporate section where sometimes they'll have corporates come by, but really there's no place for corporations here.
Like, from the show, since it was $1,200, Sam just kicked over $240 over to the Nomad encampment.
Yeah, and that's great.
He's like, you guys are letting us hang out, so here.
Yeah, and I mean, they've got it all. They've got jail cells, they got radio towers, they've got supplies, weapons. I mean, if you guys need to go to the armory and get something, you're more than welcome to go. And if you guys have a high reputation, if you're giving donations like Sam Ectoplasm is doing, then you're more than welcome to come and take whatever you can, as long as they feel like you're one of them, you know?
Oh, yeah.
He's giving money to the pretty much the munition stuff, because he's like, hey, I need stuff that goes boom. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they got plenty of stuff that goes boom for you.
Because he would walk in and he would go, I need stuff that fits this bad boy right here, when he's got the grenade launcher and just rotates the barrel on it.
I love it. Oh yeah, you have a grenade launcher. I totally forgot I fucking gave you a grenade launcher.
Yeah, you were smart. You were smart. You only gave me 2 grenades, and you immediately had us go into a densely populated hotel where not everybody was bad guys. Because if everybody had been bad guys, Sam would have just been like, "Welp."
Dude, I honestly thought Sam wouldn't give a fuck and still use his grenade launcher, but apparently not.
Apparently not.
Before we wrap things up, is there anything you guys think is memorable about our last campaign? You guys want to talk about something that you've been wanting to chat about? I know that we don't really get a chance to decompress each session and go over what the hell just happened. It's like all this excitement, and then I gotta go right at the time. You know what I mean?
We
Yeah.
usually do. It's just that you leave.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
we do it. You're not
We
here
have it.
for
Ah.
I'm just really glad that every single one of us. I know I've been playing games with you. I already knew Brian would be okay with this, and I knew Joe was going to go on with this. I was wondering how DG was going to react to this, but when fucking Archon was like, "Hey man, I work for Arasaka," and we were just like, I like to imagine he was like, "I work for boom 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 boom,"
Mm-hmm. Blah
and
blah.
he just died.
Yeah.
So
So, like,
I would
dumbass
like
shouldn't have said
to
he worked for Arasaka.
my question would be, other than our initial interaction with Archon in that stairwell, why did you continue to think that we still liked him?
I didn't think that you guys liked him. I think that I played his hand a little too like early. Is you guys were on board with him being like this internet personality, and then kind
on
of
board is a wrong word.
You threw
So-
threw up red flags when we had that one innocent person who's like, "Hey, should we just like kill this person?"
yeah.
And even Sam's like,
Well,
"Dude,
like,
no."
yeah, and like every time, like he kept trying to like tell people that he was our boss and shit, or trying to tell us what to do, or trying
Like
to
Hub wanted to
take
shoot him from
pictures
the
of
first
things.
picture he took.
I had him.
Yeah,
pretty
I
much.
had him pegged. John. I kind of saw through your stuff. I had him pegged for a corporate goon. Whenever we would get in a situation where he was talking to someone, he would talk to other people like he is our boss.
Yeah.
And when he tried to take control of what we were going to do, I was like, John's going to drop something that this guy's like a corporate guy. And I feel really bad as soon as this guy mentions he works for a corporation because he's going to die. Like Sam's going to kill him. And he just happened to poke that really big button where he goes, "Hey man, I work for Arasaka." I'm like, "Well, this dude's dead."
Nope. See you.
Well, okay. So initially, I go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I liked how like when he fucking sucked at stabbing that guy. I was like, you watch too many spy movies.
Yeah.
And then he was a spy.
The actual spy.
He was an actual.
Like you suck at being a spy.
He actually was really bad at being a spy, even from the beginning. In the beginning, he had a little bit of hope of fooling you guys, but you guys were still unsure about him. Of course, I mean, he's an NPC. Every NPC is bad in your book, no matter what. All right.
Not true.
Not every
We
NPC.
we let the chick from the desk leave. We let
True.
Lexi leave. We talked to
You
a bunch
know-
of them. The problem with him was, so we started talking to him right in
Mhm.
the stairwell, and it was like, okay, he seems all right. You know, he seems like he could be useful. Then we started moving forward, and like one of the first things he did, even before we got to the chick, the techie that Barry said let go, there was somebody else who were like, okay, we're going to let them go, and he was like, it's a lot cleaner if there's no witnesses. And we all turn and look at him like, "Bitch,
Yeah.
what did you just say?"
Yeah, exactly.
And then when we killed people and he started running around taking pictures, and Hope was like, I specifically told you no pictures, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know? And like, if he hadn't, when we started the next session and I was like, okay, Lex, you can roll. And he stepped in the way. When Barry turned and looked at him and said, "You want to move now?" If he hadn't moved, he wouldn't have made it upstairs with us. Barry
would have
would have
been
killed him
interesting.
right then.
That would have been really
Oh, yeah.
interesting.
There were a couple of times where I almost just fucking
Offed him.
shanked him too.
Yeah,
It's like
so
he just had a number of bad interactions.
I was doing those bad interactions at first to give you guys a clue that he wasn't who he says he is, which was obvious. But then I realized that now you guys hate him. So I said, okay, what if I just keep going with this angle, and then right at the end, I'll offer them a shitload of money. And maybe they'll be conflicted, but before he could even... It didn't matter what amount of money he offered. He was going to get fucking murdered right there.
So the thing
Smoked.
I would tell you to remember going forward is these guys are not the Night City Wise guys. Night City Wise guys were quite money motivated. These guys aren't so money motivated
No,
at all.
I'll remember that next time.
I do get a kick every time.
Note to self.
I get a kick every time Jimmy's like, "Yeah, hubs are moral compass," and Joe's like, "No, he's not," and I'm like,
He
"Yeah,
is
that's
now.
it."
He is now.
He is now because he just did deliveries for poor people.
So
That
just
was
to,
against my will.
yeah, exactly.
That was because he was told to by his
Against
boss.
his will.
Yeah.
Whereas Barry goes around helping everyone he can and is in a moral quandary. Like y'all don't understand how close it came to when we were in that hotel when John was like, "You hear this person and this woman arguing behind the thing," where Barry damn near kicked in that door and went to go beat whoever that was in and around the face.
Well,
Just
if you had done
like-
that, you would have realized that he is a Austin City senator, or sorry, a local senator, and he was with a lady of the evening, and there would have been some evidence of them two being together, and he was having an argument with her because he was telling her she needs to leave town, or biosculpt, or change her face or something, and the argument was getting heated.
Yeah.
But it's all right. Now they're both dead because
They're both. That's it.
that floor blew up. So whatever happened to
We
that?
did not blow up the floor. We blew up the room.
All right,
told
Jesus.
I told you the explosive was high enough yield that it would have destroyed that entire room. It was like
Okay.
localized.
Fair
explosive.
enough. Fair enough. And Trauma Team didn't do anything, but I'm sure that people saw on the news that the senator was with the lady of the evening after everything
I'm
that
pretty
happened.
sure the trauma team wouldn't cared because the trauma team was there for the coin that got crushed.
Mhm.
And you and I both know enough about Cyberpunk lore that if you are not the one holding that trauma team coin, they don't give a shit about you.
No.
Like if you're standing around like, oh, I wonder what happened with that guy. They'll just go, move out of the way, bang.
Brat. Yeah, they'll just come in and deca.
Yeah,
And-
they're just a headache we didn't want to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, there was also when you guys went to the second floor and almost passed out from the fumes of that one room.
Mm.
Those were cooks where they cook drugs and stuff like that. So I thought that would be.
Definitely.
I thought you guys might go and interact with them. I made sure that there was always something going on to just add to the story.
Good possible hooks. Yeah, hell yeah.
And the Trauma Team coin, just like as soon as that shit broke, you guys were like, "Oh, we better
Fuck
get
that, I'm out.
we got to get on this."
Well, Cyberpunk lore trauma teams are a fucking force of nature that you don't want to mess with
I know,
unless you're a large army.
and we're gonna
a
find out
large,
more about that
well-equipped
tomorrow.
You got to be a large, well-equipped army because you and I both know, John, that the fucking trauma team individuals are like cybered. Like
Yeah, they're
they
no
should-
bullshit. They're no
They
bullshit.
should be under cyber psychosis, but they're not.
Yeah, this Trauma Team service is a no bullshit service. They come, they don't care, they don't ask questions, they just get their client. So they get things done. Anything else from the campaign you guys can remember? I remember when Sam, you decided that corporate goon insulted your honor, and you shot the security light. And then all of you
Yes.
tried to grab him, and he rolled like 10s on all his evasions.
And
And-
it bounced through the little freaking delivery hole in the fucking shipping. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
Or like
Hit
the guy in the
uh,
bathroom when Barry was trying to grab him, and everyone's just like, "Come on, Barry,
Oh
like,
my
grab this guy already."
Poor guy, dude.
And then when he finally disarmed him, Sam's like, "Ooh, sweet rifle."
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, disarmed him nothing. He like snuck around Barry, and then Barry was like, "Screw this!" Beat him to death with a bat because there is no way Barry could let some dude go on living and be able to say, "Yeah, I slipped past him while on the shitter with
It-
my pants around my ankles."
my
no,
God.
that guy had to die.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately,
It would have ruined your street cred.
Exactly.
100%.
That guy had to go.
I can't even count the amount of times Joe facepalmed throughout the campaign too, while Sam Ectoplasm did something.
Fucking Sam. I have to admit, I rather enjoyed when we after Sam shot the camera and like we turn around and I hit the chick's robot thing and she's
No,
standing there.
You hit.
And
the
I tell
chick's
her to
robot thing
run.
first.
Huh?
You hit the chick's robot thing first, and the guy's like, "Hey man, don't break any of our property." And I'm like, "You mean like?" And Sam goes, "You mean like this?" Blah.
No. How this all went down is, I threw a rock at it. Someone else threw a beer at it. The guy was like, "Don't wreck our property." You was like, "Oh, like this." Shot the camera.
Yeah.
Then it started a small combat with and she had the techie with the robot, and Barry ran over, clocked the robot, then told her she needed to run, and she got scared and ran. And then Barry and like 3 of the Austin atrocities just picked up the robot and ran around back with it.
I'll take that. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, that shit was fun. I also remember when you guys ran out of gas, but you rolled on your luck check, and then the cops like rolled by. That was like an almost moment where you guys were gonna have like a combat with police at a gas station. Do you guys remember
that?
That?
Fucked up. That would have been fucked up.
It would have been bad for those cops.
Yeah, it would have been. It would have been bad. What amazed me is I've always had that threat that the Austin Police Department could be ruining your life and ruining the campaign, but you guys somehow kept one step ahead of them and eluding them, while still enacting your agenda.
I was worried about the cops showing up. And the reason why I wasn't worried about it at that gas station, because we stopped for gas right after you gave me a grenade launcher.
That's right.
Because people would have been like, "Oh, we got to get behind cover to stop these cars," and Sam would have been like, "Huh."
Now you go ahead.
I personally enjoyed when Sam sold the guy back his motorcycle.
Yeah, that was pretty
Yes. That was nice. That was nice.
That was smooth.
Fuck
No,
that
I
dumb
didn't sell
guy.
the guy back his motorcycle. I sold him Sam's motorcycle.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So this is
Let's
the
be
order of
clear.
events. He showed up with his motorcycle. Moments later, it became Sam's motorcycle.
And his gang and his crew just were like, "Fuck him, you're done." The crew left him.
He failed so bad that they were embarrassed to be his friend and just left him like, if this guy dies, he dies, dude. We don't care.
If he
Fucking
dies, he
amazing.
dies. It ain't our problem.
Exactly. All right. I think that's about it, right, guys? We had a
We're
fun
wrapping
campaign.
it up.
That was
Fucking awesome.
That was great. I really enjoyed it. I cannot wait to dive deeper into these characters and into what I have planned. And we're just gonna pick up right where we left off and explore some fun things in Cyberpunk Red. Now that we have some new items. Hub, you're like semi-rich now. I don't know what you're gonna do with your money.
Rich bitch.
Also, I spent all of my
Hey,
IP
John.
to up my melee weapons.
Ooh, thank you for that reminder. I gotta do
Yeah,
that.
spend your IP. What is it,
I
Barry?
spent,
Or
I spent all
Brian?
my IP. I went from 0 melee weapon skill to 4.
Do you want to tell him, Joe?
Yeah, fucking Barry has more money than I do. We
What?
just haven't spent all of our money.
Remember the money you gave us at the start of the game?
Oh, that's right. You haven't really.
All Barry had to buy was a fucking
Baseball
bat and
bat.
some knives.
Oh, yeah.
He's been rich the entire time.
That's so funny, dude. You never got cyberware or nothing, right?
I got a little bit of cyberware. But nothing that costs too much.
Yeah.
Whereas everybody else was spending a lot on their cyber decks and weapons and stuff like that. Barry had a shit ton of money left over.
All right. Sounds good. I commend you guys. I don't know what you're going to do with all that money, but I'm interested to see. I mean, you could support a small army with that kind of money if you put it together. So I'm curious to see what you do with that. Any ideas, Joe?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Okay.
Might look into a good pistol or something. I don't know. We'll have to see.
There is an exotic pistol that's I believe a 5d6 pistol. So you could look into that. The Militech something.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
baller pistol.
Yeah. That's something that you could get at a night market through a fixer connection. And you have one through the Austin Atrocity, but, you know, I don't know how Hub feels about talking and conversing with those meatheads. But there you go. You could also use your Nomad connections to try to find something like that. There's always trade going on in the Amber Oasis and the Amber Market, as it's called. But that's all stuff that we will get into. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for following us on this journey. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know it's a lot of bookkeeping, but it's also a great example of how Cyberpunk Red has like this robust system of downtime stuff that you can do in between game. And then we'll get straight back into the action soon. In season 3 of the Wise Guys? Yeah, because 1 was the 2020, 2 was this thing, and 3 will be the next one, right?
Roger that, Ghost Rider.
All right, anything you guys want to say before we sign off?
I love you all. If I don't talk to you before the holiday, have a happy holiday, whatever you're celebrating.
Yep. Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays, everyone. Enjoy Cyberpunk 2077. And
Oh, yeah.
hopefully it doesn't take up too much of my time and I actually do some writing.
Come check
Don't
out.
neglect your writing.
Yeah,
Come watch all of us on Twitch playing it.
exactly. All right.
Me, don't.
You're not,
Except for Strub.
except for Joe. Sorry, Joe.
You'll have to become friends with him on Discord and make him stream it personally.
There it is. All right, dudes. For the Wise Guys, I am JonJonTheWise. We'll see you on the next one. Take care. Love your family. Love your friends. Bye.